Hello, family. Thank you for coming over to the house tonight. And just kick off your shoes and relax your feet. Party on down to the SK beat. We're kicking. Just kicking. Just kicking. Okay, you don't come to another episode where we're going to be asking the question of, why you telling my business? Don't be telling my business. Why not? Because a can and a can, a can, and a wheel. Now we're off to... Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. That is the Chanel 48's World. I want to thank y'all for coming out, hanging out with me, coming over to the house. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and do it again every time you see a video drop by me. I need y'all to come over, get your say-so in, like, share, and subscribe. We're going to be talking about the Real Housewives of Atlanta, Season 15, Episode 6, Rap Sheets and Old Beefs. Okay? I'm like, ooh, they telling stuff that happened in the past that's not even relevant, but they're going to make it relevant. So let's get on into it. Got Marlo. She hanging out with her, I guess, employee, really. She went to a restaurant with a female and a male. And like I said, they're her employees, or at least the lady that Marlo was talking with while they were having dinner. She was discussing everything that happened with Drew and how Candy wasn't paying attention to her staff, or the same old drama. Marlo think Candy's supposed to do everything for her, give her everything, and they can be good friends or something to that degree. But Marlo just really feels that Candy is ignoring her, and she's not being what do you call it? She's not showing any sympathy for what happened to her nephew. Okay, she's trying to make Marlo just pulling strings out the air pretty much, because it still don't add up. Now, should Candy have known about the employee that got shot, but it didn't have anything to do with her restaurants or her, really? Yes, Candy should have. Once Marlo brought that to Candy's attention, being the businesswoman she is, it's just a slight overview. Just slightly. Oh, well, you didn't really feel like you needed to, but not to make a big deal out of anything. Candy should have just went on, sent a flower, or sent a card to Marlo's sister, because I think that was her. It wasn't Marlo. Well, we know, of course, it wasn't Marlo's child, but it was her sister's child. She could have sent a generous what do you call it, donation, as well as a card showing sympathy from her and her establishment or whatnot. Yeah, they could have did that, but Marlo was really going a little bit too overboard, because Candy really don't care about her. No, she don't. And she don't really care about Candy. But like I said, she mentions to her employees while they're at dinner how her and Drew got into it, bringing up Kenya, and about the whole shooting thing. And I don't know what's up in Collie Girl Crystal and Drew, what she means by Chicago people don't say the word shooting or shoot. And I'm like, everybody looking at her on the show like, what? What else you gonna call it? That it was a activity of fireworks going on outside, or firepower. I really don't know where Drew went with that, and that's pretty much where we were. So to get it straight, get it on paper or audio, Candy's Marlo nephew worked at one of Candy's establishments. For whatever reason, he left. The guy, I'm assuming he was living with a coworker, and the coworker ended up shooting him, meaning Marlo's nephew. So again, you can't tie Candy into it at all, but she wanted to show empathy as well as sympathy. Just because Marlo is one of her co-workers on the show, she should have just went on and did it and, called it what it was. But at the time, I guess Candy wasn't trying to feel anything for Marlo. Not saying anything about the boy who got shot and killed, but just Marlo and how her presentation was, uh, you know, over the top. But if we don't have Marlo and Sheree's just a little, she's something, but not nothing at the same time. Y'all understand that? But you don't have Kenya cutting up. You don't have Marlo cutting up. What kind of show you got? It's not a kumbaya type of show. They been wiped that away when they got rid of Nene, pretty much. Okay, but then we go to Marlo and Drew. They're off. They're fussing and fighting about her nephew. She's telling the people that our employees are sitting at the table. She's giving them all that, and Marlo just really wants Candace's acknowledgement that yes, this was one of the employees that worked for one of my establishments, and let me reach out to Marlo or the family or to Marlo's sister. And then it would have just been okay. But, Marlo go in there and try to tell the lady that she's known Candy 10 plus years. And there's a whole lot of unnecessary talking going on, pretty much. And then the lady she was talking with, discussing the issue that she had with Candy, I'm like, mm, when you're the one that's basically trying to be the listening ear and not try to be judgmental, and you only focusing on what this person is telling you about that person, you're gonna have some sort of biasness, you know what I'm saying? So she was in no position to really support Marlo, because Marlo, was just being Marlo. Okay. Then we got Sonya. Sonya feels she don't have the support from her biological family, and she needs to talk to Ross, but baby sister's not having it. Uh, and I was like, okay, that was a cute scene. You could tell that her sister is really sore, and she was speaking facts when Sonia's sister said, "Y'all gonna miss us. It's gonna be a huge gap in y'all household, and it's not gonna flow right." So basically, she was just, trying to cover up the wound that Sonia had inflicted on her by everybody need to get out the house. But, Sonya tried to walk it back and said, well, I'm going to have to talk to Ross, because I need y'all here with me, this, that, and the third, because she's not going to have that luxury of being able to leave Deuce with the family while she goes on and does what she feels she needs to do. And then, of course, not Ralph. Ralph shouldn't really have anything to say per se, because he ain't even there half the time. So I'm like, both parents are doing their own thing, trying to make that money or whatnot, and baby Deuce is just there for the pickings of anybody. And the sister was right. You are gonna miss us. And no, I'm not changing my plans. When y'all sat up there and said, Ralph wanted his house back, they took it to heart. Of course, the mother, she was like, just handling Sonya day by day, pretty much. And Sonya mama had said that the daddy still wanted to continue to stay with Sonya, but she really wants to see if they could, move on to and get on with their life. Um, but Sonya's not really wanting it, because she knows how um important it is to have somebody, and she ain't gonna want just anybody, on her over her son. And with that peace of mind, she can have it, and she can go out there and do whatever she want to do for her business. But it's not going to be that smooth if she has to worry about her son and who has him. So I don't know if it was a fictitious storyline just to have her to be taping, or is it really true that her mom um, really want to move to Florida, and live the rest of their years, their golden years. Well, like I said, if you don't have nothing really going on per se, you're gonna still be, lost in the sauce because you got to find something to do when you retire. You just can't retire and sit in the house all day. Oh, that's not a good deal. So, Sonya pretty much, like I said, either was a fake storyline or she's trying to walk back what she publicly had announced to her mother and her sister. And then, of course, her sister's husband quit Sonya because he wanted to do something for himself. And I can imagine it'll be hard working for Sonya because she'll be calling you, bothering you, or saying, "Well, is this job done? Is this job done?" and stuff of that nature. And nobody don't want nobody over them, you know, saying that or whatnot. As long as he got taken care of, she should not be bothering him. But pretty much what she was saying was that he wasn't doing what he was supposed to do because her list is still full of different activities or jobs she wanted him to do for her. So, yeah, then we go to Kenya, and I think her name is Akila. She actually met her. They showed up at Kenya's spot that she's trying to build a spa, and she was trying to give Akila, the 411 how she wants it to look, what she wanted to have in it. And I'm like, okay, she's trying to do something. All right, go ahead, go on, Kenya. Then they have a seat in the building that she's trying to renovate for her spa. And she goes on to tell Akila all the bad stuff that's going on with the girls on the show. And of course, she mostly dog out Marlo. And Akila was like, girl, y'all got too much going on. I thought this was a zine moment. Oh, I can't take all that. And, she just shut it down. I was like, okay, I like Akila. Akila just said, honey, I'm in this zen type mood. I don't care about hearing about nobody else's frustrations. I want to keep my peace of mind. And that's just where I'm is at the time. I said, that damn Akila. She about like Fatum. Well, where is Fatum? Where is Fatum? I need her back, Sheree. But anyway, she just Kenya's trying to really tell her she got evil castmates, and Akila like, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. I want the tea, but I don't want it piping hot. I want it lukewarm. And we went on from that situation because that was the kind of situation we didn't really need to see. That's just like, this is a fluff show. It's not a real good show until towards the end. But even Canada needs to stop saying she want to bump heads, or what did she say? Head butt people and choke people. That's not good for her look. It's not good for her brand, and it's too violent. I think Canada need to go to see some anger management. She need counseling. She need counseling for that. Then we move on to Sheree. Has a scene where Cairo, her son, comes over. She want to make some memorabilia stuff with the baby and all that kind of stuff. And Cairo, I don't know what kind of is she Parisian? I don't know what kind of what do you call it, girlfriend he got. But the baby Mecca, she's so pretty. She's so pretty. And I can't believe Stray stupid ass wanted to do something when the child was sleepy. She had got her milk, she had got her bottle, and all that she wanted was to rest on the bosom. Okay? And Sheree trying to take up the baby prince and stuff of that nature. I'm like, Sheree. And she goes on to acknowledge that Cairo is very in tune with his daughter and he's very hands on. And I thought that was cute. Cute saying. That's no fluff story line going on. Then we move on to Ralph. Ralph is hired a coach to teach his son how to play basketball, or is that what you call it, son? That might have been Drew's son. But anyway, they was out there playing, and Drew came out the house talking to Ralph, and just making small conversation. And she goes on to tell him that what happened with the girls and Marlo and all that kind of stuff. And he was like, really? That really was a dumbass thing. They didn't really have to put it in there because he wasn't trying to hear it. He really wasn't. And I was like, I ain't trying to hear it either, bro. I ain't trying to hear it. But Drew had to have a scene. She had to have a storyline going on at that particular time. And that's what they gave us. Then we go to Candy's house and Todd's working on his computer on his sitcom show he want to sell off. Or I don't know if it's just a play. Hell, maybe it's just a short film movie. It's something the young man is working on. And Candy just comes sashaying in, having a little time with him and going over what she had experienced with Courtney. And he was like, okay. And then she started talking about Marlo. And he said, Marlo just want attention. That's all. I mean, I'm like, damn, Todd, you hit the nail on the head. That's all she want is some attention. And he didn't want to hear anything about it. But, it was nice that Candy was doing something. But again, I needed her to be seeing him work. Not just him on a computer when you walk in. I need to see people. I need to see action going on in this film he's making. Or sitcom or play. Hell, I don't know. But like I said, Candy took the opportunity to tell him a little bit about what she been going through with the boys. I mean the girls, and uh Courtney is wanting them to go to, what is it called? Beat the Bomb or something to that degree. It's like a little place where you go and play little games. They put you in a little room and you have to answer the riddles or the question to move on to the next step or the next phase of that particular um, escape room you were trying to get out of. But honey, baby, nope. That did not work out. Drew comes to the room, the playroom first, and was it Drew? It was Drew, Sheree, and Courtney, and then Candy came. Then no, Marlo came, then Candy, then Kenya, I do believe. Or here Marlo, Mayata, I can't remember, but all the women came, dressed to play the game and whatnot, and Marlo spoke to Candy, and Candy just paid her no mind, didn't say hey back, no type of greetings, and it was kind of funny. It really was, because Candy didn't know where she wanted to sit because she had two enemies. She had Courtney on one side, and she had Marlo on the other side. So I'm like, okay, pick and choose your poison, because both of them really don't care for you, okay? But Candy couldn't wait to see Kenya come, so she pretty much sat at the end of the table. But it bothered Candy to a certain degree, and she didn't want to be fake, so she just asked Marlo, about what had happened, what's going on with her, why she keep trying to throw salt on her name and her business. And Marlo just said, okay, can we just go somewhere and talk? Just the three of us, you, me, and Drew. And Drew looked like she had, what you call it? She had like, had her, um, she looked like a deer in headlights. Like, what the hell I'm here for? I'm like, man, you the one that started the shit. You told Kenya. Then it just got filtered around the Candy. And Candy can't stand Marlo at this time. So she needs Drew to come correct and, specifically say what she needed to say. But anyway, honey, yeah, Marlo trying to explain the situation. And Candy was like, what that got to do with me? And Candy came with her receipts. And, ooh, child. I was like, this ain't going to be good. This ain't going to be good. So they were very heated over there. As much so, Mayetta had to come and check on him and see was everything cool. And they paid her no mind. So she went on back to the table. But honey, Candy had bossed up. Marlo had bossed up. And they were just showing the comparison that Marlo was very towering over Candy. So how she gonna headbutt? Then how she gonna choke her when she got to reach up to her neck? You know what I'm saying? Marlo would have to like scooch down for Candy to grab the neck or headbutt. So I need Candy to leave those two words out of her vocabulary because it's not a good look, and just you saying that don't make sense. Okay, but they got into it real bad. The Kenya had to come get Candy. Candy said she jumped. If she tried to come after her, don't do nothing. Let her handle it. Don't hold her back. I said, both of y'all have brands. Both of y'all um, have some respect to a certain degree where they know it could be a lawsuit. Neither one of them want that. Okay? Candy may think she want that smoke, but she don't want no assault charge on her. And so, like I said, they were throwing up Marlo's past. Marlo was throwing up Candy's past. And they both were taking digs at one another. Okay, but they had to be separated. And then it showed me who is really for who in that group. Because once they took Candy outside and she walked out saying she's not participating in nothing, she's finna go home but she hurt somebody. You had the lines drawn where you had Marlo, you had Sonya, you had Courtney, and I think that's it. And then Kenya, Minyata, and Candy. Well, Sheree was over there on Marlo's side too. So it's almost like three against those four women, I guess. And they were just saying it was silly. They wish they hadn't gotten in an argument. They had hoped that both of them could come and play the game. And Marlo's already picking at Candy because when Candy gets upset, she starts to cry. And that's where you got to watch folks like that because they'll be ready to come do some damage on your ass because they be done blanked out to a certain degree. But that's all I got. I ain't got no more, and I'll see y'all on the next one.